Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad. Baby, I'm bad. I got cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad. Baby, I'm bad. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag.
Welcome to the November 2024 edition of Bosch's World. I am your host, Ronnie Bosch, and as you can see, for once I'm not on my roof, I'm actually at my in-laws' place, and wow, that's the first time. I mean, I've been calling them my in-laws for years, but this is the first time I can actually call them my in-laws, and they actually are. And I thought after all the madness of the wedding that November would be a nice, chill month. Wrong. I feel like this month was even busier than last month. Every weekend I had something, but I can't complain. I had a great time all month. As you saw, we finished off October with karaoke on Halloween. So that bled into November. Got home 4 o'clock in the morning that night, knowing that we had a flight the very next day to Detroit for our friend Abby's wedding. Now, we've known Abby for about 15 years now. Great friend of April and I. Met her through Gigi. So many great memories over the years, and she moved to Detroit and met her fiance, now husband, out there. Wonderful guy, Joshua. We were meeting him for the first time. He was unable to make it to our wedding. Very nice guy. It was great for all of TFA to catch up in another state for the first time. Like, it's been a while since all of us have hung out. Like, they were all at our wedding, but it was tough to like really get to spend time with them. So it was nice to finally go to a wedding as a guest, considering all the stress that went into putting our wedding together. So we fly out there in the afternoon, quick flight, about an hour and a half. Detroit kind of reminded me of Philly, where we can just walk around the streets and not really have to like drive everywhere. We were able to do a little sightseeing when we got there that day. Took pictures in front of a Detroit sign. I found a sign that had an 8-mile welcome to Detroit. I had my Halloween Havoc shirt, which took place in Cobo Hall in Detroit. So I was like, let me wear it out there. And luckily, Cobo Hall was like a 10-minute walk from our hotel. So I was able to walk over there and take a picture in front of the place where the legendary monster truck battle took place, which was one of my earliest WCW memories. We went out for drinks that night. Everybody, with the exception of Abby and Josh, who were getting ready. Surprisingly, we don't have any pictures or videos from that night, but we had an awesome time. Everything didn't go as smoothly as I predicted. I took my tuxedo from my wedding to the dry cleaners and got a black jacket for it for other occasions to wear the tuxedo. I get to Detroit, I'm steaming my shirt, getting ready, and I notice all of the buttons are missing on my tuxedo shirt. And I am screwed, because that is the only shirt that I had with me for the wedding. So I literally had to like find the closest H&M and just grab a generic white button-down shirt. Luckily, it looked fine, but I was pissed that my very nice tuxedo shirt was missing all of its buttons. So we go to the venue, beautiful ceremony. It was unplugged, so I only got like a few shots of them towards the end of the ceremony. Huge wedding party. Gigi was part of the wedding party, her daughter Riley. Her parents were in town from Puerto Rico. So always a blast hanging out with Gigi's parents. They're so much fun.
Give me a man after midnight. Want somebody help me chase the shadows away. Give me a man after midnight. Take me through the darkness till the break of the day.
Kind of like ours, we spent the night dancing, but without the pressure of having to do speeches and first dancing and dancing with our parents and all that stuff. So it was nice to like finally get to like enjoy the wedding, and we just danced the whole night away. I am so happy for Abby. Wonderful woman. She deserves it. She's been a great friend all these years. I am so happy. Like I told Josh, I spoke with him towards the end of the reception. I told him, like, look, I know I'm just meeting you for the first time, but I can sense what you and Abby have is real. And I got like a good vibe from the guy. So I'm beyond happy for her. She deserves it so much. And I wish Abby and Josh a lifetime of happiness. It makes me happy to see somebody I see like a sister happy as well. So the following week, like every March and November was the big event. Once again, at that beautiful venue on Long Island. I don't even remember buying the fast pass, but thank God I did, because when I got there was a long ass line. So I was able to just go right in. I started just knocking out my pictures right away. I see Kayla Braxton. I actually met her back in 2019. So it was nice seeing her again. I met Aaliyah, former WWE superstar. I met Mark Merrow and Jacqueline. I've met them individually in the past, but I wanted to get a picture with the two of them together because I was a huge fan of them as a team back in 1998 when they were feuding with Sable. And I got my Marvelous Mark Merrow bendy signed. With him at his vendor was Alex Wright, who's one of those guys that's been on my wrestling bucket list forever. When I first started watching wrestling as a kid, when he would do the dance, it would have been cool if he did the dance kind of like Prince Nana would do with people, but beggars can't be choosers. I'm still glad I met one of my favorite WCW superstars. I met Dustin Rhodes. Now, I met Dustin Rhodes in his Goldust gimmick back in 2013 WrestleMania weekend, but I wanted to meet him again, even if it was out of gimmick. Again, one of my favorites growing up. Got my Blood Brothers pack signed, so hopefully can get Cody to sign it as well one day. America's Most Wanted. I was a fan of the early TNA days, and they were such an awesome team. I had met James Storm and Bobby Roode as Beer Money, but I needed to meet the original TNA tag team, America's Most Wanted, both nice guys. So that was a cool photo to get as well. I met Sky Blue and Queen Aminata. Sky Blue I met earlier this year at the big event, and I know the two of them are like best friends, so I was like, let me get a picture with the two of them together. I also met independent wrestler Brittany Brooks, and then I did all of my pro photo ops. I think all of these photos came out great. First, I was wearing that Bam Bam button-down shirt based on his attire from WrestleMania 11 when he faced Lawrence Taylor, and Lawrence Taylor would be there with the WrestleMania jersey. Now, I thought he'd be wearing it, but we were just holding into the photo, but he was actually very nice. I had seen him at previous big events before. It was one of those where like I want to get a picture with him because my earliest wrestling memory is of him and Bam Bam, but he always seemed like he wasn't in the best mood. But with this pro photo, I was like, okay, I got to do it now. And he was actually in a very good mood and very friendly. So I'm glad I got this photo to kind of commemorate my earliest memory as a wrestling fan. I met Team Angle, Kurt Angle, Shelton Benjamin, Charlie Haas. I wish I had the velour suit, and a week later, Stash Page just puts that velour suit up on sale. But I always wanted one back when I was in high school because I did love those track velour suits. We saw the Hurt Business, or the Hurt Syndicate as they're known now. I decided to split this picture with Nick Thompson from the Fig K podcast. We had our blazers, we had our sunglasses. MVP said these guys understood the assignment. And the main event, it is the wise man, Paul Heyman. I wore my head of the table, sleeveless hoodie with my thermal underneath. An absolute icon in the industry, and he couldn't be nicer. He signed my ringside from the Vault figure, and I showed him a photo. Let's rewind 20 years ago, WWF New York, WWE New York. He was there with Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin filming a promo, and I saw him there, and I was like, I need him to sign something for me. And I had just gotten these pictures developed. The only wrestling related photo I had was me flipping off a cardboard stand-up of The Rock, so I just had him sign it, and I showed it to him, and he thought it was pretty funny. All right, welcome to the November 2024 purchases of the month that will end up in storage for the foreseeable future. Let's just get started. Let's not waste any time with the big rubber guy, American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, baby. Beautiful figure. I don't have many big rubber guys. I just have this one and the Ric Flair with the suit and Ethan Page on the way. So yeah, I'm going to be very selective when it comes to these, especially because they are so big, so they will take up more space. Now, let's go back to, I don't remember what month this was, when the Tony Storm Michael Brawler came in, but I gave a wonderful idea. And who knows if maybe they'll make a cooler, a timeless version of Tony Storm, maybe like a ringside exclusive. So I pretty much predicted this one. It is the Tony Storm black and white ringside exclusive, if it'll come out of this box. Here it is. Oh my God. Well, this is exactly what I wanted, was a black and white figure of timeless Tony Storm in black and white that you can get signed, a ringside exclusive. I knew that ringside exclusive could deliver on something like this, and this is something that I would hope to get signed one day by Tony Storm herself. So last year, April and I were Western Barbie and Western Ken for Halloween, and she surprised me on Christmas getting me the Funko Pop of Western Ken, so I returned the favor on Valentine's Day and surprised her with the Western Barbie, which is cool to have our Halloween costumes in Funko Pop form. And I said, you know what? I gotta do it again this year. So here it is, Beetlejuice and Lydia, Funko Pop, which were the costumes we wore this year for Halloween. Speaking of Funko Pops, I have The Miz, and this is his 2010 look with the Money in the Bank briefcase, with the I Am Awesome shirt and the belt. This was the peak of me being a fan of The Miz, was this run. So here we have Kurt Hennig, Monday Night Wars, Rap is Crap, but can also double as an NWO figure. So I'm glad I can get like 2 uses out of this awesome Kurt Hennig WCW figure. I already have him in the suit and him in the yellow singlet. So I've got the Jay and Silent Bob, Chronic, and Blunt Man figures. I've got the Jay and Silent Bob Bendies, and now we have Jay and Silent Bob Micro Brawlers. And I also have the Funko Pops, which were probably 2 of the first Funko Pops I ever got. Not only did I get Jay and Silent Bob, but I got Mooby as well. So Jay and Silent Bob just continue venturing into the wrestling figure world. First time in the line, it is Julia Hart from the House of Black. All right, now we have the Dudley Boys, Mattel Creations exclusive in their ECW tie-dye with the ECW tag team belts. I'm still debating if I want to open this one or not, so I will keep this one in the box. And last but not least, it is Mattel Creations Coliseum Collection. Now, I know I keep these closed, so I'm just going to check in the event that this is a black card chase figure. They are blue cards. But like I said, I just love how this collection looks, and I will proudly display them once I have the opportunity to in the future Bosch Cave. So these are the purchases of the month that will end up in storage for the foreseeable future for November of 2024. I don't know why the lights are off in here, but I had to bump the exposure all the way up on my camera because there's no light switch in here. Son of a bitch. All right, guys, I'm here with some Prince Nana coffee. This is Italian roast. Let's take a look at that. Italian roast grind. I've been meaning to try this for a while now. Prince Nana, who you saw me dancing with a year ago on Bosch's World. But I wanted to try his coffee out for the first time on Bosch's World. So I already brewed up my cup. You can get this entire package on Shop AEW. It comes with the mug, the shirt, and the coffee. Pretty good. I like it. Makes me want to dance. Then we had Malik's birthday at the Yard House. Always a blast hanging out with Malik. There was a large group of us that Cheyenne, April, and I were all the way at the opposite end of the table that Malik was at. I called the waiter over and asked them to bring out a cake for Malik, so they brought out the cake for him to sing him happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. To him. Happy birthday, dear Malik. You. Happy birthday to you.
And then from there, we went back to Muses for karaoke.
Your first of spring, like a rhinestone cowboy. I'm so surreal with no hand, can't live with no hand. I'm always ready, I won't let you out of my sight. You're out of touch, I'm out of touch. Come on, baby, try a new thing. You took it all away, I give it all away. You take my freedom out the dirty lights of party now. Whoa, my Arabian night. When you are with me, I'm free. You got a friend in me.
She had 117 Usher posters on her wall.
Yep. When you feel it in your body, you found somebody who I do it naturally.
Shady did his usual smooth tag.
Let's go, Daddy-o!
Cheyenne and I sang American Pie.
Touch me inside the day the music died. So bye, Miss American Pie.
Completely forgetting that the song was almost 10 minutes long. I felt like it was never gonna fucking end.
Bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, saying this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die.
Oh my god.
I met a girl sang the blues. I asked her for some happy news. They were singing bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry.
Malik and I sang Contagious.
As I get closer to the stairway, all I hear, and then I hear my baby's voice in my ear. Scream, you're contagious, touch me, baby, give me what you got.
Featuring Shady as the woman, but this time I got to play Ron Isley.
What the hell is going on between the sheets in my home? Girl, I'm about to have a fit. It's about to be some shit. How did I get into this? Should've never came home with this bitch. Go down, dirty woman. Go back to where you come from. But wait my ass. Hit the streets, your ass is grass. Wait, how you know my name, son? Anyway, I was gonna tell you. That looks too familiar. I know you from somewhere a long time ago. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I feel I know you, brother, very well. No, you're mistaking me for somebody else. Frank, shut up! Can't you see your man? I'm talking. Thought I told your ass to get the walking. I think y'all better leave this place, 'cause I'm about to catch a case.
Malik sang Maria Maria to my sister Melissa and just renamed it Melissa Melissa and switched up the lyrics. Hilarious song, even though it was factually incorrect. My sister did not grow up in Jersey. I did.
She reminds you from Roxdale Story. Growing up in New Jersey. Like a day. She living a life as a fitness instructor. Oh, Melissa, Melissa. You fell in love in the alley. Played by Tito Santana.
Once again, they sang We Are the World, this time featuring Chris Cage. Once again, it was hilarious. I don't know if it topped the first time, but it was still pretty funny seeing them do all of the accents and all of the voices for We Are the World.
We are the ones who make a better day, so let's start living. Oh, sing in your heart. God is Schulmann. That's great. I try to know bread. We are the world. We are the children. We're saving our own lives. Let's realize we stand together as one. We're saving our own lives. To make a better day with you and me.
My highlight of the night was singing Tub Thumpin' by Chumbawamba. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. And you're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. And you're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. And you're never gonna keep me down.
I once sang this song in front of my entire company.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. And you're never gonna keep me down.
And then kind of to get this ongoing rib where at my bachelor party, there was a guy that just kept punching the punching bag the whole night. So on Cheyenne's birthday, I did it to him as a prank, just punching it while he was singing. So Cheyenne decided this was the perfect opportunity to do it to me while I was singing.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. And you're never gonna keep me down.
While I'm singing, I get up and I punch the bag as well, scoring higher than Cheyenne. And everyone claims I had an accent during this performance. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I did not have an accent.
I get knocked down, and I get up.
Why you got an accent when you get knocked down? Why do you get knocked down?
I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, and I get up again. And you're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down.
Then as the night came to an end, there was a young lady who was extremely intoxicated, started joining our group for the performances. Luckily, I was filming, so she left me alone. Let's just say there was a wardrobe malfunction. So that was an interesting end to a fun night for Malik's big 40th birthday. The one book signing I attended this month was Jaleel White, best known for his role as Steve Urkel in Family Matters. I grew up having the doll as a kid. Just through all the craziness this month, I didn't have time to go to storage to pick it up, but I did want to originally take a picture holding it, which I saw a lot of other people doing. But he came out, gave a nice speech before the signing.
Seeing you all here, it means so much to me. It's a fun journey back to the 90s when you could get a girl's phone number on a napkin and there was three-way calling and there was exactly all that kind of stuff. You guys have been coming up to me year after year for the last over 20 years. The show's been off the air since 1998, so you do the math, and I'm still here talking about the impact of that show on you guys and my life. It's an incredible phenomenon.
Luckily, the line wasn't too crazy. I went up there. He seemed very cool. We took a picture. Once I'm done with my Fonzie book, I'm going to get started on my Urkel book.
Thank you for being here so much. Enjoy the book. I made some special bookmarks just for you guys. They're for you, and I want to hand one to each and every one of you.
Now, this one I've had on my schedule for a few months now. It was the Squid Game Trials Experience in the former Manhattan Mall. I loved both Squid Game series, the drama and the reality show. I go in there, they make me take my photo, so I wanted it to look as serious as possible. I also did a photo booth and wore my NWO Wolfpack tracksuit because everybody wore tracksuits on the actual show. Once again, I understood the assignment. I didn't know what to expect going in there. I was given number 294. It was a few challenges, but nothing too crazy. They weren't gonna kill me if I failed. First was the tiles where you gotta walk across and not fall through the hole, but it was more like a game of memory where they show you which tiles are lit up green and you have to step on those. So that one was the easiest challenge for me. I was able to do it all alone, and I passed that challenge with no problem. And I wasn't able to film myself doing the walking across the tiles challenge.
Congratulations. Now once again, separate yourselves into winners and losers as we proceed into this next room.
I was able to film myself doing the marbles challenge.
Good job.
We go in, they make you pick the shapes, and it was kind of set up like the one with the cookies where you got to lick the cookie and like punch it out, but it was actually like throwing the marbles and trying to get it into the shape. And collecting the marbles, and whoever had the most marbles at the end won that round. I only had 6, unfortunately, but I still think I did pretty well. From there, we had the battleship. I wasn't one of the captains, so I was kind of just sitting there as everybody else did the work. I did last pretty long till the end before my little pod was blown up. Then we had the huge doll. It was the red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. I don't know how they even tracked this or knew, like, I don't know if there was just like scanners scanning our faces and associating it with our number, but I was eliminated in the second turn of doing the red light, green light.
Player 2, 94.
I don't know, I thought I didn't move, but I guess I must have like slightly moved once it hit the red light. I don't know. I thought I was cheated. I should have made it till the end. Bullshit. Then they did the whole Jack in the Box challenge where there was 2 people at the end and we kind of just sat there and watched. But all in all, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun experience doing all of those activities. I guess once it kind of like ventures off into putting you in groups, it gets a little tougher because you're not really like depending on yourself, you're depending on other people. But challenges that I did on my own, I did pretty well. I don't know, maybe I could survive the actual Squid Game challenge. Should I apply for the show? And then after that, I went into the VIP lounge. They gave me this cool mask and free drink. Now, this one I was on the fence about. It was the next day. It was the Major Rager. It was originally supposed to be Q&A live show kind of thing with Bully Ray. There was a scheduling conflict. He had to postpone. So they decided, let's make this event free. So I originally wasn't going to go when it was going to be over $100, but when it was free, there was still that hesitation because I had GCW at the American Dream Mall the next afternoon. And as you all know, I work overnight. So it would have been going to the bar in Jersey, going back home, then going right back to Jersey. It's raining, and I'm here, the Bolero Snout Brewery for the Major Rager. But I decided, you know what, let me go for it. Go hang out with all the major marks. The opportunities I get to see everybody are few and far between. So I think it's just nice to go and see everybody and catch up with everybody. A lot of people asking me about the wedding. So what really was like a last minute decision that day. Billy and Husvar were there from the MWO. La Puma was there. I think he was usually the main factor if I decide if I'm going to go or not. If La Puma goes, because I get to catch up with him. And I know he lives nearby. So for him, it's not a big deal. It was Stang's birthday. So we all sang Stang a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stan. Happy birthday to you.
And as we were there, SmackDown was going on, and Chelsea was in her triple threat match. And it was fun seeing Matt watching his wife wrestling and the whole place cheering her on and going nuts when she won her match. I'd like to think that I was her good luck charm because I was wearing a VX t-shirt. I got selfies with Matt. I got a selfie with Brian. I got a selfie with Smart Mark Sterling, who was shocked to see his former client Jade being laid out on top of a car. Chris Statlander showed up and I got a selfie with her as well. She had the big match against Mercedes Moné the following night at Full Gear. I had some of the Major Rager Lager beer and grabbed myself a 4-pack once again to take home with me, to go home to work. work overnight to then go to GCW the next day. I did get like a 2-hour nap in, so that's good. So then I get up, I go to the American Dream Mall in New Jersey near MetLife Stadium. First of all, it took me forever to even find where the ring was in the mall. I met up with my childhood best friend Frankie. It was nice to like hang out with Frankie. He stopped by the bachelor party. He was at the wedding, but this was like the first time I got to like hang out with just me and Frankie in forever. So that's always fun just to catch up. It was just a fun show. It was cool seeing it in that setting, in that environment. It just reminded me of that very first WCW Nitro in the Mall of America. Kind of crazy to just see people fighting in the middle of a mall as kids are riding by. And the show starts with Kurt Angle and Mick Foley coming out, and they're interrupted by Blue Cane, and they both give him the mandible claw and an ankle lock. Broski Jimmy comes out, and then out of nowhere, Ricky Stark's music starts playing, and I look over and he's coming down on the escalator, comes out, confronts Broski Jimmy, lays him out.
Damn, it feels good to be right here back in New Jersey. One thing about me, passion runs through my blood, and I will be damned if I sit at home and I get frozen out. I'll be damned if I sit at home and let my career dwindle. I am 34 years old. I'm healthy. I am goddamn good looking. I am in control every step of the way. I do what I want, I say what I want, I dress how I want, and if you don't like that, you can kiss my black ass.
Then Cardona comes out for his match and challenges him.
Ricky Starks, wherever you are a coward. Of course you come out here when I'm not out here. Of course you leave before I come out here.
Unfortunately, that match is not happening because AEW pulled him from his GCW appearances. I'm not going to get into all that, but Matt had a pretty good match against Manders. Beat him fair and square on his own. He definitely didn't have any help from JVL. Janela and Megan Bayne challenged for the tag team titles. He came out wearing one of her headpieces. Unfortunately, they did not win, but I was rooting for them to win. This was also my first time seeing Santana Jackson, who is a wrestling Michael Jackson impersonator and does a lot of his moves during the match. He faced Masha Slamovich. Pretty much how I predicted the match to go. He was going to do his spots, and she was going to kick his ass.
No, nice.
Seeing him coming out from under the ring with that wolf mask to Thriller was hysterical. And in the main event, Effie versus Mance Warner for the GCW title. They've had a great feud going back this whole year. Alley Catch recently turned her back on Effie, so Bussy is no more. And I pretty much knew the outcome would be Effie's about to win and Alley comes out and costs the match. I wasn't expecting the ending to be that she lays both of them out and stands tall with the belt, but if she's challenging for that belt at Hammerstein, I may just have to grab a ticket. Whether her or Effie win, I think it'll be a pretty cool moment to witness in Hammerstein. And now I am here celebrating Thanksgiving with my in-laws to round out what has been somehow an even busier month than last month. Before I leave you guys this month, next month we have the Bosch Awards. Now, most of the categories have already been voted and accounted for, and the winners have been selected. There's still a few more left. Stay tuned to Bosch Star Prod on Instagram and on social media to vote for the Bosch Awards. There we go. Look at that trophy. Beautiful. Now, we're going to have categories for the best vlog, the best pro photo op, the best wrestling photo op, most random moment, funniest moment, best media appearance, best themed activity, formerly best pop-up, best outfit, And replacing the coolest purchase will be Best Karaoke Performance. Plus, I will also have some Bosch's Choice Awards for my favorite book, favorite movie, favorite album, favorite Bosch's World episode, favorite throwback of the month, favorite vulnerable moment, favorite purchase, all of that, and my top 10 like I did last year. I'm pretty sure we all know what number 1 is going to be. And for the first time ever, the Musty Award. If you don't know what that is, it is the award for the person that has pissed me off the most this year in honor of Mustard Girl. So stay tuned next month for the Boschy Awards. And thank you for tuning in for this month. Follow me on X at I am the Bosch Man. You already know it's a 0, not a no. Thanks to Imagine Dragons. No thanks to Imagine. It's Thanksgiving. I'm not giving thanks to Imagine Dragons. Follow on Instagram at BoschStarProd. On Facebook, BoschStar Productions. Get the merch, redbubble.com/BoschStar. And subscribe to the channel on YouTube at BoschStarProd. I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I'm going to enjoy Thanksgiving with my family. So here's the fun part. We get back from the wedding to the hotel. The whole street's blocked off. We're like, what is going on? And it's like airport security. There's Secret Service, metal detectors. They got the wand. They're searching us. They're putting our things in baskets. Come to find out, Vice President Kamala Harris was staying at the same hotel we were staying at days before the election.